Okay, so thank you very much. So we continue. So I'm apologize for the technical problems from internal problems. So Dr. Kushairi, you can continue for your conclusions. Okay. So I pass to you, Dr. Kushairi.
Thank you, Encik Roswadi. So this is my actually the last part of my presentation. Luckily, it's the last part, so I almost completed my presentation. In general, what I have explained in the past 15 minutes is actually on the what are the age-friendly city, the necessity to adapt this age-friendly city in the city level, because currently we have an increasing number of aging population. However, in terms of what are the best mechanism to impose age-friendly city age-friendly city framework is still subjective. However, the best framework that is currently available is the framework that is developed by WHO. Is called age-friendly city framework. However, we need, in order for us to embed in our city, we need to do some modification. Especially in terms of inserting social components and local components in the framework. So by adapting city, with the framework and features that been that is in the framework, is very crucial for us because our population is now aging. We are currently into our age nation. We can't afford to build the whole a new city, but instead be able to adapt the current city by inserting all the important elements here and there. So this will be able we adapt our city to be a better place for aging population. So that's all to Encik Roswadi, my session. So I hand over the session again to Encik Roswadi to proceed with another presenter. Thank you, Encik Roswadi.
Presentation just now. As a conclusion, a clear mechanism to achieve the state of age-friendly city environments remain as a subject for explanatory. Okay, thank you again, Dr. Kushari. So our next speaker will be presented by Dr. Putri Yuliana Samsudin. She is a senior lecturer in Department of Town and Regional Planning. She received her PhD in landscape planning 2019 from University Science Malaysia, USM, Pulau Pinang. Her area of specialization on place attachment, community-based tourism, cultural, landscape, and tourism planning. Please welcome Dr. Putri Yuliana Samsudin with her presentation titled Attachment Toward Paddy Field in Creating a Sense of Place in Malaysia Homestay. So
Okay.
thank you, Dr. Putri. So you may start, Dr. Putri.
Okay. May I start now? Okay. Thank you very much to the moderator, Encik Roswadi Madzin. Thank you very much also to the all presenters, participants, lecturers, and students who participate in these events. Today, I would like to present my topic. Wait, I share my slides. Okay, do you see my slides? May I start this presentation?
Yes, you can start, Doctor.
Okay, my topic today is attachments towards paddy field in creating a sense of place in Malaysia's homestays. I will cover the introduction, and then what are the factors that make a place is meaningful, attachment to paddy field and homestays, paddy field activities in homestays, issues and challenges, and the last one is conclusions. Okay, I will start. What is place attachment? Place attachment is integrating people and place and focus on how people feel and appreciate the landscapes, including their knowledge, values, and experience. And the landscape is formed and influenced by human activities. Okay, the picture below, you can see the scenery of the landscapes that have a beautiful scenery of landscape, which is in Kedah and also in Kampung Haji Dorani, Selangor and Sekinchan. And you can see the people activities, which is cycling along the rice field and then planting and harvesting the paddy. And then why place attachment and rural tourism are important. Place attachment in rural tourism is important because it's a unique collection of qualities and characteristics, including visual, cultural, social, and environmental, that provide meaning to a location. And the sense of place is also makes one city or town different from another, but sense of place is also what makes our physical surrounding worth. The planners also have to concentrate less time focused on facts and figures, and there more attention on defining and developing the distinct characteristics. The picture below show that decoration of the homestays near the paddy field and can attract local communities, and also tourists come to these homestays. And this one is the tourists who want to learn about the harvesting paddy and planting paddy. And this one is children who play along the paddy field. Okay, place attachment and meaning. Place attachment and meaning are the person to place bond that evolve through emotional connection, meaning, and understanding of specific place or features of a place. Majority of research on place attachment and meaning has focused on rural, scenic, and residential settings. And more recent studies investigate place attachment and meaning in connection to urban green spaces at individual and also the community scales. Okay, there are several factors that make urban green spaces preferred and meaningful places. Okay, the first factors is active use and value, similarity to familiar, social interactions, and emotional importance. I will discuss this in the next slides. Okay, these are the factors that make a place is meaningful. The first one is active use and value. People who have interest to see a particular place that they identify as the best place for their favorite and leisure activities. When the place are visited repeatedly, appreciation of a place is higher and greater attachment to the place. For example, when we went to the paddy field, we feel calmness and peacefulness about these sceneries, and we want to go to the place repeatedly. And then in tourism area, the place refers to the maybe the homestay activities, and the place near the paddy field can attract the local community to the area. The second one is the similarity to familiar. A place with familiarity will increase the strength of attachment, and people will feel more comfortable with the landscape that they grew up and experience the peacefulness of a place. Nowadays, people are seeking place that reduces their stress from working life and feel more at home. When a person is displaced or moved to a new environment, the attachment to their previous environment and home territory may continue or even grow stronger. For example, when people working in the city or town, they will remember about their hometown, the village, and also the peacefulness about their kampong, and the peacefulness about the scenery and environment of the paddy field, maybe the orchard plantations and the rubber plantations. And then the third one is the social interactions. The social interactions is a social exchange between two or more individuals, and then between local community and tourists in tourism areas. The natural elements in the place also contribute a greater neighborhood satisfaction. The social interactions also encourage local community, especially youth, to spend more time outside and have friendship with their neighbors and also tourists. Okay, the last one, the factors that make a place is meaningful is emotional importance. The adult remembrance of the childhood place can express their memories and emotional connections, such as feelings of love, sadness, pleasure, security, and also identity. Memories that are fixed in childhood are some valuable memories that they will remember in their future, and also places with tragedies will remain in their minds. Okay, the pictures below, you can see maybe people have childhood memories when they come back from their home, their school. They play with their friends and also walking along the paddy field, play kites with their friends in the paddy field. This is such a valuable memories that remains in their minds. And then important in creating a sense of place as is concerned about history, cultural heritage, cultural lifestyle, and there is a story behind these activities. Okay, in this topic, I focuses on the attachment to paddy field and homestays. Homestays is one of the community-based tourism that is closely related to nature, culture, and local customs. This program is also introduced by the Ministry of Arts, Culture, and Tourism, MOCAT, in 1988. And the main objective of this program is to offer accommodation for tourists to discover the local, cultural, and natural lifestyle. There are a few activities that related to homestay programs, but I only select these activities that attach only to paddy field settings. There are a few settings in homestay in Malaysia, such as fishing village, orchard plantation, rubber plantations, and these topics I only cover the paddy field and landscape settings. Okay, there are a few activities offers in homestays, and the paddy field activities include the catching fish with hands, which is called gogo, which is a traditional way to catch fish with hands. These activities were done after raining in paddy field. Nowadays, rural youth are lack of knowledge and skills about these activities. When these activities are practices in homestay activities, rural youth and tourists also can experience these activities. And the second one is catching fish using bubu. Bubu is a fish trap to catch fish and attract fish to the bait set in it. So after entering bubu, fish are trapped inside it. And then the third one is catching duck. Catching duck is not a common activity, but this activity offers when tourists come to the village. No, this is not a daily activities. The homestay operators create these activities to give the enjoyment moment for the tourists and to give experience for the rural youth in the village to explore these activities. And then the planting and harvesting paddy. The host farmers plant and harvest rice during the same period, and it takes time. It takes 3 months to grow rice. And these activities can give knowledge for local communities and tourists to explore the rice field activities in village. And then other activities is making orang-orang. Is a scarecrow. It's a decoy in shape human. And then usually dressed in old clothes and placed in open fields to discourage birds from disturbing and feeding on growing crops. It's a symbol of farms and village in popular culture. And the last one is making and playing kites. Kite is normally related to agriculture. After the successful harvest, farmers spend their time by making and flying kites. And the farmers symbolize kite as a sign of gratitude enjoy for the blessing of successful harvest. Okay, so can we preserve these activities for future generations and maintain these activities or not? So how can we preserve these activities for future generations? Okay, these are the issues and challenges that we have faced nowadays. The first one is intangible cultural heritage has portrayed the local traditions but has been neglected because of the awareness about the cultural elements is still in the development phase. And then modernity of development has degrade uniqueness of the traditional knowledge and rural culture. It's only focused on tangible heritage compared to intangible cultural heritage. The tangible heritage is only the heritage that we can see about the physical elements about the heritage, but intangible heritage we explore about the heritage. We know about the knowledge. We have the knowledge about the heritage, skills, and also experience about the heritage. And then the second one is urbanization and modernization has disconnected youth from the natural environment. Youth participation in homestay is low, according to Razak 2011, and the continuity of the homestays will decrease if there is no new generation to continue managing the homestay. According to Kayat 2010, the sustainability of homestays will also vulnerable in the future if there is lack of replacement of homestay operators among youth. And then this is the last slide, which is conclusions about my topic, which is the sense of place is people's sense to a place that formed by place-person interaction. Physical factors, activities, related concepts with these places are complex. Factors that influence in place sense configuration together with place-person interaction that they combine and place sense created. Human beings create a sensitive relationship with place. In turn, this feeling is a basis to define person, condition in place, and descriptive of person behaviors in place and their interaction. And then different factors like age, gender, length of residence, knowledge degree, and also experience play significant roles in forming this sense. And then these factors also result in persons and a different sense and reaction due to different places, and in turn these senses might be positive or negative. People will feel negative sense about a place. They might be indifferent to that place or might avoid it. And then in other way is people will feel positive sense to a place. They will love that place and want it to be there and communicate with it. Okay. Okay, I end my presentation with thank you. If there is any questions or comments or opinions about this topic, you can drop me an email to this email. So I end my presentation with thank you. Okay.
Sense of place is people's sense to a place that formed by place-person interaction. Physical factors, activities, and related concepts also influence in place sense configuration together with place-person interaction. So, feeling is a basis to define person condition in place and descriptive of person behavior in place. Thank you, Dr. Putri. So last but not least, let us welcome our final speaker for today, Ibu Riri Charia, who graduated in architecture from Gajah Mada University, Indonesia. Her area of specialization are architecture, biomimic, green building, and structure. Let us welcome her for today with her topic on nature inspiration for adaptive built environment. Please be invited, Ibu Riri. Ceria.
Thank you, moderator. Okay. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you for moderator and all participants who has in here. I will present about nature inspired to build environment. Okay, I will share screen.
All right.
My presentation is can see. Okay.
Can you share again, Ibu Riri? Okay, I can see your slide.
Okay, thank you. In this topic, moderator, can you see my slide?
Okay. Just continue, Ibu.
Okay. In this session, I will presentation mimicry, nature inspiration for adaptive. We have used nature to implement in our design long ago. So how nature as inspiration to make adaptive built environment. Source of human inspiration in designing buildings to find solutions so that many buildings can be harmonious. Okay, this is example. The picture primitive houses at Gambia village in West Africa that use straws to make human can use straw because they look bird nest to applying the straw to make a home. And in this picture is primitive house Navajo person at Hogan, America used to make building and below houses that built by the ice around the building. So human is not only use nature as dwelling place, but use nature as source of inspirations to solve human problems. We can use nature as inspiration because there are development of knowledge, science, and this. This is example where we can use branch column like a branch tree to airport, and this is a built environment who Sahara Forest Project who hydrological cycles to. So if you look beyond the nice shapes in nature and understand the principle behind them, you can find some adaptation that can lead to new innovative solutions that are radically more resilient. it's to take in the coming decade. Okay, this is a word of Michel Paulin, who the one of biomimicry architect. Okay, if we look this picture, these natural conditions, soils, climate, weather, in which humans must be able to adapt to this situation. And nature components, the world 1 million years before us, had been a revolution to adapt in that situation. So we can learn from nature, mentoring or design to survive in this earth. So with the literature review methods, this research will use nature as inspiration to make adaptive built environment. Okay, I will choose just six cases from 48 cases built environment to station. So what is it? Biomimicry as designing tools to build environment is from Greek language, words bias as life, and mimicry from mimesis, which means to imitate. So biomimicry approach use inspiration from the nature to produce the built environment techniques, which can adaptation with or design. This is, if you look the picture, human inspired with the bird, and using this idea to make the fastest plane design. Durian skin, apply this is formed to the building facade Esplanade in Singapore. If you know, is the form office implemented to design a form car. So nature can give us sorts abundant of idea. Okay, ini 1997 when nature can be used as a model man designing, especially in built environment design. And besides that, we can use nature in biomimicry depth category and system. Okay, we take nature to our design, we can make a depth category from form, process, and system. This is form. So if we choose we use nature as mimicking natural forms and looks. So it is about natural visual. Second, a process imitated by looking at how the functions that exist in the nature or the habits and behavior of matters and organisms that exist. So we look nature, but we judging idea from the behavior from the nature. And the last is system, category system. Is imitating by looking at the relationships that occur between the various forms and processes that make up the life cycle. So nature is not alone. They are an ecosystem. So we can learn about the cycle, life cycle in the earth. So we can implementation in our design. Okay, this is approach or the tools how we can implementation the nature to our design. So this is design by Carl Hastritz, who that say about there are five process to make a nature can translate to our design. The first you can start with distill. After that, translate, discover it. But this is cannot linear process. So we can we must continuously and repeatedly until the end by evaluating each stage. Okay, so how we adaptation to the build info the process of changing to suit different process in which a living things change slightly over time to be able to continue to exist in a particular environment. Evolution of nature occurs adaptation to new environment. So in this research, there are three adaptation who can learn from nature. That first is adapt to the condition or site around the built environment. And second is adapt to the environment. And third is adapt to the climate around the built environment. We can use the three types of adaptation to searching inspiration. Okay, this is 12 cases who using adaptation to their design, and this is from a mimicry case, but just 12. And I don't want to presentation cases. This is just 6 cases. Want to searching about the cases who have search power. So various literatures, minimum 4 literatures. Okay, this is 6 cases. The first center, Lavasa Hill Station Project, Yerkin Tower, and 5th is the Sahara Forest, and the last is Eden Project. Okay, I will tell about 6 cases, and the first is Eden Project. So the Eden Project have a isunya about built on uneven surface and contour side land, and solutionnya mimicking soap bubbles which can stick anywhere. The architect inspired soap bubbles. Okay, soap bubbles form that can reset on not only flat and smooth surface. It is inspiring the Eden Project's architect to make building that can adapt in a set with contour. It works. The Eden Project made the SAP building similar with bubbles. It equipped with necklace foundation structures that installed around buildings and used hexagon structure to make dome buildings. Okay, around below the dome, there are a necklace foundation who can adapt it with a contour. So this is not only a smooth contour, but have a variated contour. And this hexagon structure system who hexagon adaptive with contour. Okay, number 2 is water cup. The issue is location in Beijing. It's hot summer continental climate with warm to hot in summers and cold, sometimes severely. Besides that, the building function is to swimming pool stadium to make the water always warm. So this is finding a solution to make a building can adapt it with climate. So the building can efficient to using energy. So the solution is soap bubble too, but the architect look about the material of the bubble who have a transparent material when it can transfer sun radiation to inside building. So this can make the water in swimming pool always warm even though in the winter. This is a visual about the sticking bubbles, and this is in covering building. So the transparent nature of soap bubbles transmit light from the outside of the bubbles all the way to the soap. So this is a bubble characteristic is choose. The one is material building surface. So the soap inspiration about the material building, and the second double facade system. Material use UTF When this is lightweight and transparent, it is can maximizing natural light into buildings. Passively natural light it used to warm the water in the pool. Okay, in the winter, the natural light capture is also used to warm the space. So the radiation, sun radiation can into the inside building in the winter, the water on the swimming pool. So this is how it works. This is the system. So the water cup building opening design is an open building scope. The opening design is inspired by soap bubbles, which is the main concept of the greenhouse water cup building. The research is make the building can reduce building energy consumption by up to 30% compared to buildings with the same needs as water cup. And this is this is the first is and between the bubbles opening design, and the second is transparent pen to produce light that doesn't create a glare, so the sun who enter the building not making the human glare. And 3 is nozzle technology. So this is a suck airs so that condensation does not occur in the building. Okay, the third is Eastgate Center. The issue is this building is location in the temperature in Africa high, dry hot. And this is building have a function, public building, and the owner want to make the building not using air conditioning. So this is the owner want to have a conventional system, but still make the pengguna comfortable for user inside. Okay, solutionnya is mimicking termite mound that lives in Sahara with hot dry temperature and tall building home. So termite mound is have a tall building and have a system circulation system where the termite can live inside the mound. How it works? So the termite mound has an air circulation system that can applied at building without use air condition. At 3 point, we can implement from nature to our design. And is a material building surface, is ventilation and opening, and third is air circulation system. This is part of termite mound. The one is the pores covering all of the surface mounds, and the second is termite mound holes, and the third is a system in the body of termites nest to regulate air circulation. And the fourth is building material from soil with termite slime mixture. Soil can make as isolation from the sun radiation. Okay, anyhow, the idea implemented in Eastgate Center. So the shape of the building has an atrium, a wall structure with few halls, and a floor structure designed to make the building able to maintain a comfort inside the building. This is also supported by the selection of building areas. So this is using concrete, which has high thermal mass, so the sun radiation cannot enter the building easily. This is opening just small of covering all the building and have a maximum of opening of 25% for all the covering surface. So this is a building system. When the cold air came in the below area, and move with fans to every space in the building. And air from inside the building can and out using a stack ventilation from the atrium to outside building. So every floor have air holes who can maintain the air circulation. And this is how ventilation system inspiration the building design. Okay, the fourth is Gherkin Tower. Gherkin Tower is designed by Norman Foster in London. The is high-rise building with receiving very high. So the solution with is mimicking Venus flower basket sponge who lives in high pressure stream. So this is the picture about basket who can see. So the cylindrical shape is help the to live in inside the sea. Okay, this is 2 point who can implementation to Gherkin Tower is form building and second structure system. Form building, the building using cylindrical shape who can spread wind pressure over the entire surface of the building. In other hand, there's a system structure who inspired Venus sponge who fashion in this building with the grid structure. So the grid structure can spread the air pressure to around the building. 5 is Lavasa Hill Station project area in the India. Lavasa is a unique mountain site that was deforested as a result of slash and burn practice. For 3 months, its year monsoon-driven rains caused severe soil erosion. Much of the year, this area is arid, as the next night like conditions that rapidly evaporate huge volumes of water. Consequently, the water levels in the Valley Lake Basin by as much as 9 meters per season. So this is a problem. It needs respond to seasonal flooding and move excess water. And solution reduce forest and banyan fig leaf and harvester ants inspiration to store water system. This is a picture about harvester ants. So the ants harvest the water and make a hole. And second is fig leaf distribution of water and distribution to each region and finish on. Okay, how it works and how it implementing in landscape ideas. 3-point building model can store water, circulation to solve rooftop water runoff problems and increase evaporation, and third is system. Okay, this is a design about roof the building. So roof the building make slower the air, the water drop to the ground and can the waduk to the reservoir in below the building. And for master plan, using fig leaf, banyan fig leaf, who design the streamline around the area landscape around the lavasa. The water can collect and finish in the sea. Okay, the sixth is the Sahara Forest Project. Sahara Forest Project issue is a location at Central Africa's Great Desert with extreme temperatures, with a marine desert environment that have in excess sun, wind, and salt water. And this is a seek reforestation to creating life, food, water to solve effect overpopulation problems. And solution is mimicking nature's hydrological cycle and desert battle, which has its own trick harvesting water in the dry desert. For this idea, this project, landscape project, this is using a nature's hydrological cycle, which have condensation, precipitation, and evaporation to water cycle. Namibian folk basking battle, this is the Sahara battle, have bumpy surface. The bumpy surface is using to collect the water from the fog in the Sahara. So the battle can survive in the dry desert with the collect the water with their body. Implementation system to landscape as project. There's a cropping area, technical area, and cropping area. This is a system hydrological system implemented in the building. So the seawater greenhouse mimics nature's hydrological cycle to humidify and condition the interior space. This process generates fresh water for the plants through condensation. Seawater cools and humidifies the air that ventilates the greenhouse, while sunlight distills the seawater to produce fresh one. Such system allows for year-round cultivation of high-value crops that would otherwise be difficult or impossible to grow. So with the system, we can make have a plan area in this area. Okay, this is about the last cases. About the nature inspired to adaptive built environment. The conclusion of nature inspirations to create adaptive is nature can be model, mentor, and measurement tools to solve the human problem. And we can use category of biomimicry like form, process, and system to apply in design. And next, to adapt in the earth condition, especially adapt to the site. The weather and the climate nature had been evolved from 1 million years ago before the human. And inspiration from nature can improve with environment such as the form, the material, system structure, and so we learn from nature, we can make with life cycle and grow the good ecosystem in the earth. Okay, thank you. This is my lesson. So I will.
Okay, thank you very much,
Stop.
Ibu Riri. All right, okay, thank you very much, Ibu Riri, for the informational presentation just now. Her sharing was about how nature can be source of inspiration to make adaptive built environment. So which nature, as we know, have been living in the world from 1 million years before us, and nature evolved to adapting with situation in the world. soil, climates, and various of change. So how nature works can be inspiring human to solve their problems. With all three speakers completing their presentations, now we will proceed with the Q&A session. Okay. I have two questions from to Dr. Kushairi. Okay, first question is from Dr. Salbiah Mokhtar. The question is, beside the framework for aging city, what are the government initiatives at the moment? Are we ready to deal with aging community? So that is first question for Dr. Kushairi. Then second question also for Dr. Kushairi is from Suhaimi. What the implications of COVID-19 for an aging population? Is there any intervention from city planning in reducing the effect of pandemics toward aging population? Okay. Dr. Kush, can you answer the question?
Hello? Okay, can you hear me? Because I'm just testing my mic. Okay, the good question. I think this question from Dr. Salbiah is quite similar with the question that been posted by Dr. Helmi regarding what are the initiative and policies and strategies that is beside the age-friendly city framework, age-friendly city framework. So in general, it's quite surprising because through our literature that we conducted, we identified that the matters of aging has been highlighted, it's not recently highlighted, but instead, since 1995, there are policies, the government policies that to address the issue of aging. For example, in 1995, the government have come out with a national policy for elderly, and then this is followed by the national policy for older people in 2011, and also the national health policy for older people in 2008. So all these are, however, all these policies and strategies that have been highlighted in these policies is mainly on services, or is not directly linked to the physical environment. So, however, recently they come up with the government have come up with national housing policy. This is to ensure that the supplies of housing able to accommodate the needs of the aging population. But recently, as we know, based on the world 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 Urban Forum, World Urban Forum that was recently conducted in Malaysia in 2000, I believe 2018. So since then, the government, especially the local council, already aware of this. But however, it will take, I think, a few years time in order for them to really embrace the idea of aging population and age-friendly city. Then the second question is regarding, okay, the second question related the implication to aging population by Suhaimi Khalid. Thank you, Suhaimi, for posting this question. It's obvious the implication of COVID to aging population is obvious, especially those considered as high risk, those with illness. Okay, so what we can do is to separate them. Then for the need, that is the best solution at this moment. But however, when we are embracing the idea of age-friendly cities, we need to reconsider how planning plan cities for the age group. We need to create, maybe in some sense, we need to have a better separation between old age people and younger age people due to this COVID. It's better for them to be located although within the same residential area or within the same city, but the facilities that we're using should be dedicated based on age. For example, if let's say we have the easiest example will be taman permainan, recreational activities. It is encouraged that these facilities should be, although within the same compound. However, there are areas that we should dedicate it for older people, and then there will be area that is dedicated for other age groups. Okay, so that is my answer, Mr. Moderator. Hand
Okay,
over.
thank you. All right, thank you very much for your answer. Okay, I move to the next question. This question is for Ibu Riri. Okay, there are two questions here. Okay, first question, Ibu Riri, from Erdin
Yes.
Shah Mahindra. Okay, Erdin Shah Mahindra. So the question is, what is the difference between biomimicry, form transformation, and biophilic design? So that is first question. Then second question is from Mr. Hazlan. The question is, the adaptation of mimicking for design on building and development is very interesting because in terms of idea, creativity, and related with nature. Question for Iburi, in order to maintain the criteria of development and building concept, how we want to adapt with behavior of people and category of users. So, okay, that is question, two question for Ibu Riri.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Okay, the first question, different about between biomimicry and biophilic. So biophilic is a approach when we use that to make a good to a psychological human. We can attach to nature and make we have a good feeling. This is biomimicry. Biomimicry is have a depth category, which form, process, and system. This is category make the nature can implementation with abstract design. So if biophilic, maybe we can use water to inside our building, to inside interior, but to make the have a good feeling. But use biomimicry, we learn in biomimicry approach, we learn to nature to make solve our problem environment. So that is first answer for the first question. Second is how creativity and relate with nature in order to criteria of development and building concept. Okay, so even though the design is have a creativity idea, we can feature views like a utilities, function, and strength. So we have to make the third of the point is working together. So and we have tools, design spiral, and use the tools to implementation the nature to apply in our design. So in that process, we can make the nature and our design harmonious to human. So that is the question. Thank you.
Ready for your answer. Okay, this is last question for this is the last question for Dr. Putri. So there are also two questions for Dr. Putri. So where is Dr. Putri? Oh, okay. So question for Dr. Putri. Okay. Maybe Dr. Putri will email the answer for the question by Dr. Sabia later. Okay. Because of the time constraint. Okay. Thank you very much for all the presenter. Okay. Thank you very much for all the presenters. For today's discussion. Okay, once again, before we end our session, okay, again, thank you very much to all our honorable speakers for their presentation and for answering our audience questions. Okay, with that, we now come to the end of our session for this webinar today. Everyone is invited to join us in our next session for next with more new presenters and interesting topic. So till we meet again, take care everyone and stay home and stay safe. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.